Kids, today I'm going to read you the story about the rabbit on the run. Once upon a time, in a leafy paradise of bamboo brown forest, there lived a rabbit. He was known for his agility and speed. He would always tease the other animals of the forest saying, "You cannot get me." All the other animals could do was look on in wonder as the rabbit would take off like a bullet and think to themselves, "He's so quick. I wish I could run so fast." He was always on the run, and everyone started calling him Speedy the rabbit. In the same forest, there lived a tortoise named Steady. Steady the tortoise was calm and wise and enjoyed walking around the forest. One day, he came across Speedy the rabbit and said, "Hang on there, I can get you, rabbit. Let's race." To that, Speedy the rabbit said, "Steady, you're a tortoise. Everyone knows you're too slow and can never win. Catch me if you can," and shot off, scampering through the trees with his usual speed. And so the race began. Speedy would intentionally lower his speed to tease Steady the tortoise, saying, "You cannot get me. You cannot get me." He then took off again and kept running until he got tired. He was close to the finish line. He looked behind him. Steady isn't even slightly visible. He's such a slow coach. He can never win. Let me take a short nap. I will easily cross the finish line. He then yawned and laid back comfortably against a nearby tree and fell asleep. In the meanwhile, along came Steady, slowly but cheerfully. He was softly humming a song and suddenly noticed Speedy the rabbit fast asleep under the tree. He then thought, "Shh, let me be quiet and move past him. The finish line is so close. Maybe I can win this race after all." With all his might, Steady mustered up whatever little speed he could and moved past the sleeping rabbit. After a while, Speedy woke up with a start. He yawned lazily, looked around, and was surprised to see Steady the tortoise nearing the finish line. This time it was Steady who teased him. "You cannot get me. You cannot get me." This infuriated Speedy, and he took off in a blind rush. He wanted to win so badly. What would the others think if he lost to someone as slow as Steady the tortoise? But alas, Steady had already crossed the line before he could make it. After the finish line, all the other animals were waiting for Speedy to cross as usual. To their surprise, it was Steady who came through. After their initial shock, they rejoiced and congratulated Steady for his win and happily gave him the medal for the first place. When Speedy came through, he looked sad and disappointed. "I did not get you, Steady. You outsmarted me. It was silly of me to be so overconfident. I did not take it seriously." To that, Steady said, "Dear friend, do not be upset. You are the quickest amongst us. However, it is important to remember that sometimes slow and steady wins the race." He hugged Speedy and gave him the medal for second place. Speedy learned a valuable lesson that day and also found a good friend in Steady, and they all lived happily ever after. The end.